Everybody, just a quick pop in um before the actual video. If not, you can just skip ahead. This is regarding the Immortal build that I posted. I don't know, I was being retarded for some reason. I was using less modifiers when I was trying to calculate the time or the amount needed for gluttony of elements, and the only way to do that would be to like get a bunch of less skill duration to make it close enough. However, you still need about 10% more reduced scale effect duration to make the skill duration 2 seconds and make the soul gain prevention 2.4 seconds. The problem is you can't get 100 souls. Yeah, you can't get 100 souls that quickly with the setup. The setup I was trying to do is 5 seconds, based on 5 seconds for the flask setup. I could get 100 flasks in 5 seconds. However, at 2 seconds, it's impossible. So currently, the build is, I'm just dumb. It's dead. It doesn't work. I'll probably just strike it out. I don't know if I delete the video. I don't know. I want to show my mistake. So others can realize I'm retarded. But yeah. And now on to Triumvirate Authority ring thing. Everybody, it's your best friend Pete, part-time exile. I want to go over a little bit of the Architect of Chaos again. However, thinking more about the Triumphant Authority ring from Atziri and Uber Atziri. Uber Atziri grants 4 random modifiers, and regular is 3 random modifiers. However, this ring has +2 socket of Vaal Skill gems, and depends what you want. This is probably the most important one. If you're planning on going a damage route, is socket of Vaal Skills deal 150% more damage. So that's a 5 link. Pretty much essentially a 5 link in a ring slot. So that's kind of insane. And then again, depends what you want to play. There's a bunch of other useful things like 30% less souls per use, also 30% reduced soul gain prevention. Soul gain prevention, pretty good, especially with Architect of Chaos. You have 50 here, you add that's another 30. It's 30. This is only for a socketed gem. So if you want to socket Vaal Arc, Vaal Fame Blast, Vaal Absolution, whatever's, it's only for that. But that also grants a bunch of critical strike chance. So it's gonna be pretty easy if you're elemental, if you're playing an elemental build. Not a true crit build, but just trying to get elemental overload. You'll easily get it with that. Like Vaal Flame Blast, you'll easily get elemental overload with Depose Order with this amount of critical strike chance. So you might be using Shepherd, the Forbidden Secrets, because it has Shepherd of Souls attached to it. I think during your first playthrough, if you're going to play this Ascendancy, you probably go for +3 skill gems first. So you can either go Depose Order or Fever for Corruption. I don't think it matters. You just want to get Chaos Reigns. And then depends, you might want to go Forbidden Secrets, Depose Order, or Fever, etc., etc. Depending on what you're playing and what you want to do. Personally, I think I'm going to go, again, there's still 15 Ascendancies left, so I could be swayed to something different. But I'm thinking Vaal Arc with Stormfire. So Stormfire allows your lightning damage against, oh no, hello, where is it? Your lightning damage can ignite because there's no Elementalist Ascendancy. So assuming, unless there's going to be something weird, but yeah. Because there's no Elementalist Ascendancy and no Shipper Flame notable, this is going to be the way to ignite. So you could use a Stormfire along with Triumphant Authority to get the 150% more damage with the Vaal Arc. And it's going to be a +5, because +2 here. and then you have Chaos Reigns at +3, so that's +5. So it's level 25. You get to chain 11 times. So number of chains, 11 times. Kind of a lot because, as you can see, the arc itself has 15% more damage with hits and elements for each remaining chain. So this adds another 30% more damage because you'll be getting 2 more chains. At level 21, you get 1 more chain, but however, at 25, that's a breakpoint. You have 1 more additional chain, so that's 15% more damage. It's pretty good. So you 100% chance to shock enemies with Vaal Arc. So you take an additional X amount of damage, depending on the hit, of course. However, it also has increased effective lightning elements. So this, also, you're going to want a plus. You're going to want to quality your Vaal Arc. Because again, it adds 1 additional chain, so you're gonna want to do that. But Vaal Arc Ignite you're probably gonna be able to keep it up 100% of the time. I think you probably can right now. However, with Architect of Chaos, it's just gonna be infinitely easier. You don't need to really do any investment and whatnot. You could also go Vaal Flame Blast if you wanted to go for more of a hit base. You can do Ignite also. However, I think a hit base would be better with Triumvirate Authority because it has hits from socketed Vaal Skills ignore enemy monster resistances. So this is the Inquisitor Ascendancy where you ignore elemental resistances. So this with 150% more damage is good. Again, tons of things you could try. Again, 30% less soul call use and reduce soul gain prevention duration. Very, very useful. And because this already has an innate 50% chance to ignite with Vaal Flame Blast, there's a good chance you'll be igniting for tons of damage anyway. I don't know if there's a... Yeah, I don't think there is. I was also thinking maybe Vaal Absolution. It just... If you've ever seen it, it's just one giant sentinel. It's like the... I think he looks like... Innocence, and he just like rains down terror. It's pretty cool looking. I don't know if it'll be good because you probably want like, I don't play minion builds. This is a minion build. I don't play minion builds, so I don't actually know. But being able to just ignore elemental resistance and a natural 5 link, and you can have area of effect seems pretty good, honestly. So I don't know. It seems like it would be good. Again, there's tons. If you go to the PoE wiki, you just go look at Vaal Skills. There's tons of Vaal Skills available. You can do what you want. But yeah, I might, if nothing interests me that can tip me over to the other ascendancies, I think this is what I'll play. Vaal Arc with Stormfire, with Triumvirate Authority. Probably. We'll see. But yeah, just wanted to make people know that Triumvirate Authority is probably going to be pretty good, along with Architect of Chaos Ascendancy. Again, guys, there's tons of new things you can try. Yeah. Take care, have fun, and remember, you're the best. Everybody, quick pop in. I was trying to look at what are the rate of it dropping, but it didn't tell me. If you look here, there are like Maven, Uber Elder, like it tells you the percentage, but for some reason over here it doesn't tell me the percentage of what the drops are. So I just went to PoE trade, and I was curious. So if you just type in Triumvirate Authority, there's over 10,000 of these rings. Granted, this is any, so it doesn't matter, but it's a fairly common drop from Atziri. So if you click Vaal Skills, deal damage, and you look at any, there's 5,000 available. That was here. So you can gauge that there's 5 of the 10,000, 5,000 of them have this mod, 150% more damage. So if you go there and you click the AoE, socketed Vaal Skills have increased AoE. So if you can notice, the damage is at 550. I should say 5,700. This is at 2,700. So this is half as likely as the damage one. So the AoE is half as likely. And then if you look at the hits from Sucker Vaal Skills, ignore any enemy monster resistances. Click that. Can gauge. That's at 1,600. So looks like the AoE and the elemental resistance one is similar-ish. Well, not similar. It's half as much, I should say. It's half as much from the area of effect. So this is 2,700, and then the elemental resistance is at 1,600. So it's about 1,000 less. So I don't know what the math is. Again, not a math magician. So trying to get. So let's see if you want to click all of these. Let's see what happens. There's 98 results. Out of 10,000, 98 of these have these three. And if you looked, nobody wants them. 10 chaos, 10 chaos, 20 chaos. Like, this is very cheap. Just letting you know, this is very cheap. Like for pretty much a 5 link plus 60 AoE, that's another link. That's more, that's like 2 links almost. That's like a link and a half. So you have 5.5, 6.5 links along with this. That's another 2 links. Oh, not that one, sorry. This one. The elemental resistances, that's another like 2 links. So again, these things are very cheap. Do not, if you're playing Architect of Chaos, do not take this lightly. Try to get a ring ASAP because these may rise in price. Now back. Take care.